Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you today. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Now today our focus will be on an aspect in mathematics that has to do with sign convention. Now sign convention, as we all know, is simply applicable in aspects that has to do with calculations, subjects that has to do with calculation. Now the essence or the purpose of this section, the objective is for students to be able to apply the rules of sign conventions in solving problems. That is the essence, and we shall be looking at how these problems will be done. Now first of all, we shall focus on a subtopic we call sign convention. And under this topic, we shall consider the various rules of sign conventions. There are two basic rules of sign conventions. One of them, we have what we call the addition. The first rule is the addition and subtraction rule. The addition and subtraction rule. Addition and subtraction rule. The second rule is what we call the multiplication and division rule. Multiplication and division rule. So we shall be taking each one after the other. Now for the first, which is the addition and subtraction rule, I'm going to be stating them clearly for our understanding. Now it goes like this. For addition and subtraction rule, it is worthy to note we have the signs plus is equal to plus. Plus minus equals either plus or minus. I will emphasize on that. Also we have minus plus minus equals minus. We will also discuss on that. Now these three rules are applied with respect to the addition and subtraction rule. Now quickly, let's look at the multiplication and division rule. As stated below, for multiplication rule, we have it that plus times plus equals plus. Also, we have plus times minus is always minus. Minus dominates. And minus times minus equals plus. Now these are the basic rules that are applicable when it comes to sign conventions. Now it is also worthy of note to make us understand that the multiplication rule and the division rule, they are applied in the same way. So let's take note of that. We shall be looking at some problems. Students have always had this challenge on how to combine minus, plus in solving problems. So we shall be looking at problems and how we can handle that. Now quickly, let's go into the problem section and how we apply it. So problems, and we shall begin with the addition and subtraction rule. Now, first of all, let's take examples. Example 1, assuming we have 6 plus 7. Of course we know that gives us 13. But how is the rule applied? There is an invisible plus in front of 6. There is also an invisible plus in front of 7. Now, plus will give us a plus for addition and subtraction rule. So there is an invisible plus in front of 13, but we don't pronounce it, we only know. So let's take note of that. Plus 6 plus 7 equals plus 13. I'm sure that is clear. Now, second problem, we shall deviate a bit. Let's assume we have we have 10 minus 21. So what would that be? 10 minus 21, we have minus 11. How is that? Now the rule says when we have two different signs in addition and subtraction rule, it means that we ought to subtract the numbers and put down the sign of the bigger number. I come again. For example, I have a plus and a minus. Now, for addition and subtraction rule, I have a positive sign in front of 10. Now, this minus is associated with the 21. The rule says that when the signs are different, I'm going to subtract the number and write down the sign of the bigger number. So what does it mean? 21 minus 10 gives us 11. That's the rule. And then I bring the sign of the bigger number. 21 is bigger than 10. And the minus sign is in front of 21. So I bring the minus. That is the rule. That is how it is applied. Third problem. We have minus 8 minus 6. And what could that be? That should give us minus 14. And how is the rule applied? It is simple. When the signs are the same, all we simply do is to add both numbers. So we have it as 8 plus 6, that gives us 14. And we bring down the sign of either because they are the same. So since the signs are the same, we simply put it down. That is for addition and subtraction rule. Now, we continue from problem 4, that we will be looking at the multiplication and division rule. Problem 4, for example, we have 4 times 6. That gives us 24. How is that? We have a positive sign in front of 4 and a positive sign in front of 6. So plus times plus gives us a plus. There is a plus in front of 24, although we don't pronounce it. So 4 times 6 is 24. That's plus 24. Example 5, still under multiplication and division rule. Let's assume we have minus 8 times 5. Now you notice something about this. A minus is attached to the 8, but the 5 has a positive sign in front of it. Now what is the rule? It says minus times plus gives us a minus. It's always minus. Minus dominates. Minus times plus gives us a minus, and 8 times 5 gives us 40. So we have minus 8 times plus 5, which is minus 40. That is the rule. Problem 6, still under the multiplication and division rule, we have both signs the same this time. We have minus 5 times minus 7. And that gives us, now watch, we have minus times minus, which is a plus. And then 5 times 7 gives us 35. So we have a plus 35. That settles the rule that says minus times minus is a plus. Minus times minus gives us a plus. That is the rule. Now, like I said, from the addition rule, we noticed that plus plus minus is either a plus or minus. Now, let's take note of this. It all depends on the number or the sign that is in front of the number. If the sign that is in front of the number is a bigger number, we pick the sign. Let me elaborate on that using two examples. Now let's assume we have this. We have 2 minus 4. That gives us a minus 2. Let's also assume we have 5 minus 3. That gives us a positive 2. Now, how is it applied? There is a positive sign in front of 2, and this negative sign is attached to 4. The rule says when the signs are different, you simply subtract the number. So 4 minus 2 gives us a 2, and then I put down the sign of the bigger number. So 4 is bigger than 2, and it carries a minus sign. So we have it here. There is a positive sign in front of 5. So we have 5 minus 3, which is a 2. And then we bring down the sign of the bigger number, which is a plus. So that is how the rule is applied here. I'm sure that is clear to us. Okay, so here we have it, the sign convention, the basic rules that are applicable, the addition and subtraction rule, the multiplication and division rule. I'm so certain that this helps us. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you.